Vancouver, British Columbia. I am Simon Hyatt, very pleased to be bringing you this live coverage, joined by the head coach of the Bedford Road Redmen, Corey Daw. Together once again, Corey, should be a great night of basketball. Right now, before we do anything, we're going to take a listen to our national anthem.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, folks, I probably don't need to tell you this, but it's an absolutely packed house here at Bedford Road Collegiate once again, as it is every year, year in and year out. And you know, one of the things you always think about, Corey, is will the crowd be affected by the fact that there's no Saskatoon teams involved? And well, obviously there's a lot of basketball-hungry fans here just willing to see a really good basketball game because there is no Saskatoon team involved.
Well, I think over the weekend, a lot of the fans have been here watching, and they sort of start to see which teams, which players have stood out, and I think the fans will start to take some sides perhaps as it goes on, but I think both teams have been really playing so well that it's going to be hard for a fan to pick a side if it's a good game.
We'll take a look at the path that these two teams have taken to get here. Sheppard may have had a little bit of an easier run of it. They had a 66-54 win in their opening game over Mount Baker. Went on to totally dominate Lester B. Pearson out of Calgary this afternoon, winning 84-58. And they advanced to tonight's final against Handsworth out of North Vancouver. And right now, the crowd acknowledging, as well they should, some of the founders of this incredible tournament. The 37th annual tournament here at Bedford Road Collegiate. Simon Hyatt and Corey Daw here on the sidelines, ready to bring you all of tonight's action. We've got a third member of our team, Mr. Curtis Anderson. He'll be roaming the sidelines all night tonight. Let's go down and talk to him right now. Curtis, what do you got?
All right, thanks, you guys. It is crazy here tonight. I'm trying to get as much into the stands as I can. You got to check these guys out right there. That's the kind of thing you're going to see tonight at BRIT. And I'm trying to find local reaction here. Hi, how's it going tonight, guys?
It's going good.
What are your names?
Kalen, Chris.
And what high school are you guys from?
Luther College in Regina.
All right, wrong guys to ask, but no local teams tonight. We got to find someone who's here from Saskatoon. There we go. There we go. All right, what are your thoughts? There's no local teams. How is that going to affect the final? Are people still pumped?
Yeah, I think people are still pumped.
Yeah, what kind of what can you tell us about the atmosphere tonight? Like, it's crazy in here.
It's really crazy. We want everybody to win, but
so if you had to pick a favorite right now in the final, who would it be?
T-Birds.
The T-Birds. There you have it right now from an educated fan. I can't hear anymore. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Curtis Anderson. It's hard to hear anything in here, and the game hasn't even started yet, Corey. A great atmosphere as always. That young fan thinks the Sheppard T-Birds will emerge victorious, and I got to tell you, he may be right. They played so well this afternoon against Lester B. Pearson. They are a very solid team year in and year out, but this year they really impressed me because it's such a balanced starting five. All five of those guys are very talented.
They've got some size and speed. and they've got a little bit of depth coming off the bench. They don't lose any size when they go to the bench. They play well together as a team, and they really like the up-tempo style, and they score in bunches big time.
Now, of course, we don't want to overlook their opposition. Any team that gets to the finals of the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament is obviously very good, and Handsworth out of North Vancouver is certainly no exception. A very talented team led by Tyler Kepke. This is their shooting guard, and he shoots from anywhere. This is a guy who has a great touch from outside. Another guy on this team, Scott Lee, a couple of guys who can really shoot the ball well from outside. What do you know about these guys?
They might be the strongest backcourt here. Tyler Kepke, he's been on the BC provincial team and took them to a silver medal this last summer. He's also been identified by Basketball Canada. He's been recruited around the country as well as the United States. So this kid can play.
All right, we're going to head over to our public address announcer, Devin Haru. He's going to give us our starting lineups for the evening.
Announcer in the province, the senior pin at Bedford Road, Mr. Devin Haru. Take it away, Devin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fans. For the final time, welcome to Bedford Road Collegiate and this 37th BRIT Classic. Well, folks, this is it. Welcome to the championship game. Tonight's final showcases the Sheppard Thunderbirds from Edmonton, Alberta. And from North Vancouver, BC, the Handsworth Secondary Royals. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a champion will be crowned. Let's meet the teams. Here is your starting lineups. First, for the Sheppard Thunderbirds. Number 20, Jerome Bingham. Number 22, Andrew Champagny. Number 30, Chris Tron. Number 32, Jamal Buckner. And number 33, Terrence Blake. The Thunderbirds are coached by Mr. Dave Youngs. And now the starting lineup for the Handsworth Secondary Royals. First, number 7, Quinn Keys. Number 11, Tyler Kepke. Number 12, Jamie Wallace. Number 15, Scott Lee. And number 21, the big man, 6'11", Robert Zachary. The Royals are coached by Mr. Randy Story. Today's referees, Mr. Mike Harrington and Mr. Mike Kylo. Fans, let's play basketball!
So the stage is set, the starting lineups are on the floor, and all that's left is to play a game of basketball. Corey, should be a great game. Sheppard T-Birds out of Edmonton, Alberta, as the souvenirs get tossed into the crowd. One more thing to fire this crowd up as if they need it.
That'll guarantee some fan support automatically right now.
Sheppard T-Birds, Handsworth Secondary Royals. It should be a great game. We made light of the fact that there are no Saskatoon teams obviously in this final, and maybe one of the bigger surprises of this final, or of the tournament itself, Holy Cross losing. They lost to Regina Campbell and got relegated to playing this morning. So they're not back. They had won back-to-back championships, and they won't be here to try and go for the three-peat.
And, you know, they've only lost one game in 3 years here, and the rain had to end, I guess, but it was a great game against Campbell yesterday.
And watch for that all game long. floor. He has a great touch. He's had an incredible tournament. And really, I think if Handsworth wants to have a solid chance in this game, he has to have a great game.
I think a lot of the teams are so conscious of Robert Sacre, the big man, that it's going to leave outside shots for the perimeter.
Jamal Buckner tries to drive in, has the ball knocked away. Handsworth will bring it back up. This is Kepke. They work it around inside. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Handsworth will hang on to the ball. Quinn Keys to inbound it. He finds Kepke. He'll put that up, finds rim, gets his own rebound, puts it up inside the key. Can't find that shot to go. Buckner comes away with the rebound.
He's maybe feeling a little bit early here, putting up a few shots, getting going, a little bit of nerves, but I think they need to do a good job of establishing their inside game early, going into their big man. That's what they did earlier today, and that got the perimeter a lot of open looks.
Champagny with a distance shot. That won't go for three. Rebound for Handsworth. They'll bring it back. Kepke will often handle the ball coming up. Ball now in the hands of Scott Lee. Over to Keast. Keast down low, and we'll have a whistle as there'll be a foul on Chris Tron, number 30 from the T-Birds.
It looks like they're trying to go inside a little bit there. Foul trouble could be not too much of a problem, perhaps, for Ross Sheppard, because they do have 2 or 3 more big guys on the bench to keep an eye. Nice play.
Kepke does a nice job to work his way inside and gets the easy lay-in. An early 5-0 lead for North Vancouver.
Handsworth plays a lot of zone defense. They get out and pressure the perimeter that way, force people to drive inside against Zachary.
Bingham loses the ball. North Vancouver with it once again. 5-0 lead, couple minutes into this championship final at the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Tournament. Simon Hyatt and Corey Daw, along with Curtis Anderson, bringing you all of tonight's action. North Vancouver works it around. Scott Lee over to Kepke.
Under 10 on the shot clock.
Kepke will look to drive. He puts up the jumper. That one won't go. Rebound for Buckner. T-Birds will bring it back the other way.
I think both teams want to play an up-tempo game, but we haven't really seen much running and gunning yet.
Buckner nails the three to get Edmonton on the board. Buckner is one of those all-around great players, a very familiar name to people who have followed the BRIT tournament, not just himself, but also his brother. A great player. He can do it inside, and as we just saw, he can do it from outside.
That's one thing he's really added to his game in the last season, in the last offseason, is an outside shot. He's always been pretty tough under the boards, but he's been hitting a lot of three-pointers, a lot of outside shots this weekend.
Quinn Keast trying to drive there, instead picks up the offensive foul, his first, turning the ball back over to Ross Sheppard. Champagny brings it up to Buckner, back to Champagny, tries to get it inside to Tron, instead turns it over. North Vancouver with the ball. This is Lee with the bounce pass to Keast. That won't find his target. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with North Vancouver as it goes off the foot of a T-Birds player.
They play with their hands. They've got quick hands. They can really spread their zone defense out a lot because of the luxury of having a 7-footer underneath the basket, and they can force a lot of ball pressure.
Lee with the ball up top, around to Keast.
There we go
inside to Sacre, gets the shot knocked away by Chris Tron. A good job there in the matchup of the big men.
Now, as big as Sacre is, let's not forget he's only in grade 10.
Yeah, he's got room to grow yet.
And they say he may grow a few more inches even by the time he's 18 or 19 years old.
Lee with the ball up top, directing traffic. Looking for Kepke, can't find him. Instead tries to drive, dishes to Keast. Keast dishes to Kepke from the corner. He puts that up. That one won't go. Rebound for the T-Birds. Champagny brings it up. He'll look to drive. He lays it in off the glass. A very nice shot by Andrew Champagny.
There's the transition we're talking about. Off long outside shots by Handsworth. They're going to look to get those rebounds and run us.
Kepke will bring it up. Inside
nice
Sacre, back up top. The shot won't go. Rebound for the T-Birds. Terrence Blake now with the ball. Up top to Bingham, over to Champagny. Bingham loses the ball right into the hands of Keast. They work it up to Kepke. Kepke
nice
dishes
pass.
to Lee. He throws up the prayer and gets it to go. What a shot.
Tough shot.
And a impressive shot. We told you about this backcourt tandem of Lee and Katke. They've had a great tournament. Right now they have a 2-point lead over Edmonton. About 3:47 to go as the T-Birds Buckner gets whistled for walking.
It's an unusual turnover. Usually doesn't make too many mistakes out there this weekend anyway.
North Vancouver with a 2-point lead. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Katke works the ball around. Over to Keast. They look inside to Sacre. Sacre puts it up, gets it to fall, and draws the foul.
Great composure, great footwork, and right now Vancouver's really trying to feed it into him and establish that paint as theirs, and great post up.
Mentioned Sacre, 6'11", grade 10 player. Nothing but potential there. Already a great player. He nails the free throw to make it a 10-5 game in favor of North Vancouver.
He is built like a professional athlete. His dad, the word is, has played some NFL football, and his mom played national level volleyball. She's 6'5".
Those are some pretty good genes.
You bet.
This is something we haven't really seen from Ross Sheppard in this tournament. They look like they're almost forcing things a little bit here. They find themselves in an unfamiliar position of trailing early and don't seem to be making their shots. Inside to Sacre, he'll turn around and put it up. Can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of bounds, goes off the hands of a Ross Sheppard player, so North Vancouver will maintain possession.
In talking to the Handsworth coach prior to the game, I think one of the things they wanted to do was establish a little bit of slowing the tempo and being patient on offense because Ross Sheppard really likes to get it out and get up and down. And so unless they have number fast breaks, they're going to try to be patient and work it inside.
Bounce pass doesn't find its intended target on the inbound. That one doesn't work. A little bit of a lob inside to Sacre, and he has the easy lay-in. A great job of getting position by Sacre.
They just got to throw it up to that big man. It's about a seven-point run right now for Handsworth. We'll see if Ross Sheppard can stop the bleeding here.
The three won't fall, but a nice rebound by Bingham. He puts in the basket. Cut the lead down to 3. 2:40 to go. 12-7 is our score. North Van works the ball around.
Great.
Inside to Sacre. Sacre with the hot hand early. Increases it back up to a 7-point lead.
He gets great deep position. Like he's almost under the rim when he's catching that pass, and that's tough to defend.
An open look for Champagnat. He can't get the ball to fall. North Van brings it back. They'll slow it down. This is Kepke with the ball. Over to Lee. Back to Kepke. They don't want to let him have any open looks from outside. Sacre with the ball. He dishes it to Quinn Keast. And draws the offensive foul, does Jamal Buckner.
Good defense by Buckner. He just stood his ground and waited there, and a little bit out of control.
So somewhat surprisingly here in the early going, North Vancouver's opened up a 7-point lead, doubling up on Edmonton, 14-7. Have our first substitution of the game. This is Sam Chu checking into the game for Handsworth out of North Vancouver.
Let's see if he brings a spark. Usually when coaches go to the bench, they're looking for perhaps some defense or someone that's going to bring a little more spark at the defensive end.
Quinn Keast is a player checking
Look at that,
out.
steal. Great sub, coach.
Absolutely. North Van with the lead and the ball. This is Kepke looking to drive, puts off the off-balance shot. It won't go. Rebound by Sacre. That won't go. Rebound by Jamal Buckner. The T-Birds to bring it back the other way. Blake over to Champagnat. Back to Champagnat.
Not a lot of penetration right now by, there we go, we're finally getting one in the paint. They haven't gone inside much, maybe that's why, but.
Blocked shot by Sacre without much effort. It didn't look like he even really had to jump all that much to block that one. Right now he's winning that matchup of the big men.
I think they should be trying to maybe draw him to the ball and look to pass to their other postman, maybe a little more.
Whistle away from the ball. I believe we'll have an offensive foul on Sam Chu, who just checked into the game. Bit of a push underneath. One of the things about Ross Sheppard, one of their hallmarks, not just this season, but from when we've seen them in years past, they don't seem to be a team that panics.
No.
They're known a lot, I think, as a flashy team, and they certainly are that. But I think they're also a very fundamentally solid team. I don't think, even trailing by 7 here in the early going, you're going to see any panic. This is a very solid, very well-coached, solid team. Although, as I say that, they turn it over, of course.
Yeah, I know Dave Young's over there, the coach. He stresses a lot of fundamental kind of things, and you're right. A lot of these guys have been here before. They were here last year, and they've played on national tournaments, things like that. And so hopefully their composure will show here.
Sam Chu with the ball underneath of the whistle. Looks like it'll probably be a foul on Buckner.
Pretty unbelievable call there. There wasn't much contact.
Yeah, that is a very tough one.
There hasn't been a lot of fouls here in this quarter. It's been pretty smooth flow, so maybe it's just getting a little chippy under the basket.
It is Buckner picking up his second foul of the game. Chu inbounds, up top to Lee, over to Kepke. Shot clock is off, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. North Van leads by 7, and they have the ball. They'll look for the last shot.
It's a great matchup right here, these 2 point guards.
Kepke puts up the jumper. That's way off. Rebound goes to North Vancouver. 3 seconds to go. Don't know if they'll be able to get off one last shot. They don't get the shot off. And after the first quarter of play, North Vancouver's Handsworth Secondary Royals lead 14-7 over Edmonton's Ross Sheppard T-Birds. Is this a surprise to you at all, Coach?
Well, because Handsworth has gone inside so much here early, they've gotten some easy baskets, a 3-point play. They've been to the free throw line. It's a good strategy by them right now. They're probably sticking to their game plan, and now Ross Sheppard's going to have to make some adjustments at the quarter break.
14-7 is our score heading to the second quarter. You're watching a live coverage of the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Tournament Final on Shaw TV, brought to you by Saskatoon Credit Union. Fourteen to 7 is our score heading into the second quarter. North Vancouver over Edmonton. Not an insurmountable lead at this point, certainly, Corey. Lots of basketball to be played, but I would have to guess Ross Sheppard might be a little bit surprised to be trailing at this point.
Yeah, again, they haven't really got the tempo in their favor. They haven't had a chance to get much transition baskets right now. I think they could be pressuring on the defense a little bit more, maybe helping down on the big man on double teams, perhaps. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make here.
So the T-Birds start off the second quarter with the ball. Champagny bringing the ball up. He dishes. Back up top to Champagny.
They need to work the ball around in, try to get in the paint a bit. Like, they haven't even hardly gone the key here yet. So maybe that's one thing they're going to look to do.
Have a couple of substitutions into the game for the T-Birds. Scott Ironmonger, my favorite name of the tournament, into the game for the T-Birds. Along with Dane Hodge, big man, 6'6" forward, grade 12, into the game for Ross Sheppard, looking to provide a bit of a spark. North Van working the ball around. Sacre with it down low. He matches up against Hodge. Sacre puts it up. That one won't go. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay North Vancouver's ball.
With the big guys that they have, they're just playing straight up one-on-one defense on him. They're not collapsing. Because the perimeter is so tough, they can't leave many of these guys open. They're such good shooters, so they're...
Kepke puts up the long-distance shot. That one won't go. Kepke hasn't really had the hot hand here early on, but luckily for North Vancouver, Sacre has been lights out. He's been doing it all for them so far, and they've got a 7-point lead.
Saw a little bit of a trap there in the backcourt.
Lake with the ball inside to Buckner. Buckner drives in for the easy deuce.
I think they need to keep establishing sort of through the high post there against the zone defense, and try to draw the big man up on and look for their post buddy down low.
Inside to Sacre.
One-on-one defense again. Good patience.
Sacre puts in another deuce. 16-9 score. Showing a bit of a press now is North Vancouver. Buckner passes it up to Champanet.
Now this is where maybe Ross Sheppard should be attacking this press a bit, looking for some easy hoops. They're allowing Handsworth to get back and set up their defense with a 7-footer in the middle. I think they a little more aggressive against that press might get them an easy basket here.
And another turnover for the T-Birds. We mentioned that's a little bit uncharacteristic for them. We've seen a few sloppy plays from the T-Birds. North Vancouver taking advantage here in the early going. Chu with the ball over to Lee. Lee has an open look and he'll shoot that. Clangs off the front of the rim. Rebound for Buckner. Champanet will push it up. And he'll look to drive past Chu. It lays it in off the glass. A nice drive by Andrew Champanet.
When they get the ball in his hand on quick outlets, he can make things happen in the open court.
This is Kepke with the ball. He'll look to drive underneath, dishes it out to Chu. He has a shot from the corner, can't get that one to fall. Scramble for the ball. T-Birds lose it back into the hands of Kepke. He puts it up from outside. Great job by Kepke. Can't get it to fall. T-Birds will bring it back the other way. This is Champanet. He looks to put up the shot. The whistle blows. Won't get the basket to fall, but he does draw the foul. Couple of subs back into the game for Handsworth. Matt Speakman in for the first time, as is Dan Novak.
Just a revolving door of big guys coming into this game. Some of us coaches here in Saskatoon would sure like a little more of that. But
Novak is a guy who will see a fair bit of playing time, although this is his first time in the game. He played a lot in this afternoon's game. As that one drops for Champanet. 16-12 is our score in favor of North Vancouver Royals. Lee with the ball. He gets it inside, and we'll have a whistle. Looks like something away from the ball. Look from the reaction on Andrew Champanet's face that he's the one that probably drew that.
I think they called that on Dane Hodge.
That was on Dane.
He must have been leaning a little too hard on the big man. Look at the big stance he takes in the post. That is perfect post up.
The dribble and the shot in the face of Hodge. That one won't fall. May have been contact, but no call. T-Birds bring the ball back the other way. Champanet up top. Blake back to Champanet. Blake inside to Buckner. He'll put up the jumper, and
there's that high post.
Shot from
Buckner can shoot the 15-footer. They need to keep finding him up there right now.
So the lead all of a sudden down to 2. The T-Birds have gotten themselves back into this one. 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Up top to Lee.
All of their offense is running through the big man right now.
And Sacre turns around, can't get that one to fall. That one's usually automatic for him.
That defense is leaning pretty heavy on him right now, but sometimes when you're big, you don't.
Oh,
Sit away.
Goodness. Champanet has a shot block, and then almost a putback by Buckner. That one won't go. It's a scramble underneath. The ball still loose. North Vancouver finally comes away with it. This is Kepke with the ball.
Physical rebounding there.
Dishes it outside.
His feet are set.
Lee with the long three-pointer.
Scott Lee for 3.
Both those guards can shoot it, and they are tough to defend. If you leave them open, look at those hands.
Another turnover for the T-Birds. Lee will put up a jumper. That one won't go. Easy rebound for Buckner. Champanet will put up the long-distance shot. That hits the front of the rim. Ball knocked out of bounds by Ross Sheppard. It'll go back over to North Vancouver. North Van with a 5-point lead. Just under 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half of play in this championship game. Tyler Kepke with the ball. He looks to pass the ball around. Novak looks to drive, and he blows by Buckner, but can't get it to fall. Sacre puts up the shot and draws the foul.
It's good. Number 21.
The big man doing it all underneath the basket.
Bit of a loose ball down there, and not that he necessarily hit the floor, but he got down low, didn't waste any dribbles, ripped that thing up and through. And it always surprises me how many times guys try to block 47-footers, perhaps, like He might be 6'6", but he's still 7 feet, and he's that close. You just got to let him have it. Now it's 3-point plays for him quite often.
So we have a timeout here on the floor. 21-14 is our score here in the second quarter. Ross Sheppard trails by 7 once again. Coach, what are you telling Ross Sheppard if you're in that huddle?
Well, I think more offense. They got in a few good flows there, and then all of a sudden they go back to quick shots. One pass and a shot, 2 threes there, long outside shots. They had a couple good looks by offensive rebounding.
Taking a listen right now to the Ross Sheppard coach, hearing what's going on.
Keep working hard.
I believe this is actually the North Vancouver coach we're listening to right now.
You need a blow? What's wrong? Okay, hey, let's go. He really dropped his shoulder.
So the free throw. Sacre to the line right now, looking to increase his team's lead. 21-14 our current score. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Sacre been Mr. Everything here in the first half. Can't get that one to drop. The rebound for Buckner.
In the semifinal, Campbell had played a lot of zone against them and really packed it in on him, and it took away some of his one-on-ones. But right now, he's getting a lot of one-on-one looks.
And a whistle as we have a reach. Tyler Kepke, his first in the game.
The 2 post players for Ross Sheppard need to work a little better on the high-low. When they enter it into Buckner, it's either going to pull Robert Sucre up towards him, and he might have an high-low entry pass, or he might have that 15-foot shot. They need to keep going through him for reversals and for inside looks.
Chris Tron checks back into the game for Ross Sheppard as Quinn Keast also comes back in for North Vancouver. T-Birds working the ball around. Champagny over to Buckner. Into the corner for the shot. That's Terrence Blake hitting it. Long distance shot.
Long 2. When you're that deep, geez, you almost wish it was a 3.
Lee with the ball. He finds Keast. Keast back to Lee.
Oh.
Back inside to Sacre. He's got an open look, and he lays it in for 2. Company with the ball. He'll kick it back out. Blake down low to Tron. Tron back to Blake.
They just can't penetrate inside the 3-point line here very deep. The guards are so quick. The big man's in the middle.
The shot goes up. That one won't fall for Ironmonger as the time was expiring on the 30-second clock. Kepke with the ball over to Lee.
Ross Sheppard has gone to zone defense now to try to pack it in, but
wow. Robert Sacre with another basket. And I tell you, he had Buckner right in his face. Buckner did everything he possibly could, I think, but just couldn't stop him.
He gets such deep position. He's right underneath the basket when he's catching that ball. And if there's something that they can do to keep maybe a little more fronting him a bit, throw some more, make it roll.
Another turnover for the T-Birds. We're going to quickly go down to our friend Curtis Anderson, who's patrolling the sidelines for us this evening. Curtis, what do you got?
All right, thanks, you guys. Yeah, coming up the half, I'm going to be talking to both coaches as well as talking to Greg Jacobs of the U of S basketball program. Excuse me, who's going to win?
T-Birds.
There you go, the T-Birds. All right, that's all I got. Back to you guys.
Curtis, thank you very much. Yeah, lots of good stuff coming at halftime. A long distance shot for Kepke. That one won't fall. Rebound for Buckner. 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Another turnover for Ross Sheppard. This is Kepke with the ball. Looks to go past Buckner and does a great job of driving to the hoop. Count the basket and send Kepke to the line.
He had him one-on-one, and he made that little hesitation move crossover that just kind of froze, and Buckner kind of lifted up, and he crossed him over.
5'11", Tyler Kepke does a good job of blowing past 6'6" Jamal Buckner. This is a very talented young man, Tyler Kepke.
He's so poised and plays with composure. And he never really looks rattled. Even if he misses a couple shots, he stays focused and he'll make the next one, or he gets a steal. He's impressed me all weekend.
About 40 seconds to go here in the first half of the action. North Vancouver has reopened their lead, the biggest of the game, up to 11 points right now over the Ross Sheppard T-Birds. This is Tron inside. That one won't fall. A nice job of rebounding by Hodge. He can't get it to go. North Vancouver comes away with the ball. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Kepke will slow it down as the shot clock is off.
Look for them to try to shoot something under 7 or 6 seconds. They don't want to give Ross Sheppard another chance with the ball, but it looks like a turnover will do it.
So Ross Sheppard now with 12.5 seconds to go. They'll have the shot at the last shot of the half. This is Ironmonger bringing it up. Over to Bingham, back to Ironmonger. He has the ball knocked away by Kepke. Kepke will have time to lay it in, and he does as time expires on the first half of the Bedford Road 2005 Invitational Tournament. What a first half for the North Vancouver Handsworth Secondary Royals. They have come out and really taken it right to the Ross Sheppard T-Birds. It's a 37-team lead right now as we prepare for second half action. Coach Daw, what do you think about this effort from North Vancouver here in the first half?
Well, they have definitely slowed Ross Sheppard's running game down. They've actually done more of the transition scoring, and they've established the paint with their big man. And that is the reason that they've built this lead.
So what do you do if you're Ross Sheppard? What do you tell your team at halftime, Coach, if you find yourselves down by 13 points to this tough team?
Well, because we have these shortened halves at BRIT, 16-minute halves, they're going to have to just recognize they're going to have to chip away at this lead. They're going to have to make some defensive stops. And more importantly, they only have 17 points. Like, they're not getting much happening on offense. They need to create some tempo. Perhaps they need to press a little bit more, maybe. And I think they need to get the ball in the paint more. They've just settled for outside shooting and some of that. If they change that, they could chip away this lead.
So it is halftime right now. We're going to send things down to Curtis Anderson. He's got one of the coaches. Curtis, who do you have?
All right, I'm here with Dave Young's coach of the Thunderbirds. Dave, you're down at half. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I mean, right now we're not taking care of the basketball, nor doing a good job of attacking their zone defense. Thought our defense was not bad, but we got to do better on the offensive end. We got to take care of the basketball. We're giving them too many easy layups.
What can you tell me about your opponent so far tonight?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sorry, what can you tell me about your opponent so far tonight?
Well, they're doing a good job of getting it inside to their big man, and Kepke for them has hit a couple big shots and really controlled the play for them. They're playing good D on us.
All right, number 11 on Handsworth, I understand, before the game, or this afternoon sometime, said he didn't want to play you guys in the final. Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I guess. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to take that. I'll take it as a compliment, and you know, we wanted to play them because we want to challenge ourselves, and we know they're a very good team. So we're pretty happy to be here.
All right, thanks. Good luck in the final. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Boston Pizza Sports Bar. How great is this? You got great food, great drinks, all your buddies. How about it, guys? Girls. It's open till like really late. You're among friends at Boston Pizza.
Halftime entertainment here at Bedford Road Invitational Tournament 2005. We've got Don McDonald and the Pipers out on the floor. As always, great halftime entertainment here at Bedford Road Collegiate during this amazing tournament. Coach Daw, 30-17 is our halftime score, and so many great traditions. We talk about the halftime entertainment. Earlier in the day, we had the cheerleading competition, another one of my favorite traditions every year. Each year, you guys have a special guest, and this year, no exception, a very interesting man with a long history of basketball here in Saskatoon, Mr. Wayne Dick, a special guest. Nice to have Wayne here and honor him in this way, Corey.
Yeah, he has made just so many contributions to our community through his work with schools as a principal and a teacher, through his coaching of basketball, kids of all ages at camps and on teams. And he's an inspiration to so many of us for, you know, him overcoming cancer and just the positiveness that he brings, and I think he's so deserving.
All right, earlier in the week I had a chance to meet with Mr. Dick. Here's a look at a bit of a profile on him and what he has done for basketball in the city of Saskatoon. If you want to find Wayne Dick this time of year, there's a pretty good chance he'll be in the gymnasium at Bedford Road Collegiate. He's been a fixture as a coach and fan since the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament began 37 years ago. This year is special, however, as he is attending as the tournament's special guest. Amid the noise and hoopla of the opening games, he talked about what the honor meant to him.
Well, it's a special feeling. Corey Daw gave me a phone call before Christmas and said, "Congratulations, you've been invited to be the special guest." I said, "Well, you really made my day." And quite honestly, that'd be the furthest thing from my expectation, because I don't get involved in basketball because of the rewards you get. The reward is just being involved. And these kind of things, these are extras, and I felt very, very proud, very humbled.
Dick excelled as a basketball player in his youth, but surprisingly one of the few things he didn't get to accomplish was playing in the tournament, with which he is so closely associated.
In my grade 12 year in 1968, 67, 68, that was the first year of the BRIT tournament. I was playing senior basketball at Mount Royal Collegiate. Our team wasn't good enough to be invited to this tournament, unfortunately. However, since then, I've been involved with this particular tournament. Sometimes as a coach, I helped out the Aidan Bowman team when John Cleland was coaching. My oldest boy played in the tournament. I had the opportunity to coach him here. Other than that, I've been a spectator. I love coming to this tournament.
Ask Dick what makes the tournament so special, and the basketball itself is a little ways down the list. He is most impressed with the volunteer effort that goes into making sure it runs smoothly.
The amount of work that goes into putting this tournament together, from a student perspective, that's really what makes this tournament stand out. I can't think of other tournaments that I've been at where they have the murals of every team around the outside of the gym. Or tomorrow afternoon when you invite all those elementary school kids, you bring them in here, it's a full house, you're turning people away. The numbers are incredible, the atmosphere is electric, and people just, they rise to the occasion, and so you see some superior basketball. And that's what makes it special.
Dick recently retired from a lengthy career as a teacher, vice principal, and principal at a number of different schools. Not surprisingly, he also found time to coach several different basketball teams over the years, which he viewed as his way of giving back to the game he loved.
What you do in basketball has a lot of applications to what you do in life, in your schoolwork, in your piano, whatever else you do. So set goals, have a work ethic. It requires teamwork, all those things to be successful in whatever you try. So the coaching part of it does enable me to work with young people and get them into that line of thinking. And we had some great times. We made some trips down to the States to tournaments. We played a lot of tournaments in Western Canada. We played a lot of basketball in Saskatoon. And again, the people that I've coached have become friends for life as well.
Dick's own playing career extended beyond high school, as he was a standout for the U of S Huskies in the late 60s and early 70s. After 5 years away from school, Dick returned to the U of S for his master's and a fifth and final year of Husky basketball. Although the team struggled, he enjoyed himself and made new friends. To this day, he still calls many of the same guys from his university career his teammates, as they have moved on to senior men's league basketball.
It's that camaraderie, it's the competitiveness, it's being together for a common purpose. Those are things that have always really enticed me into the game of basketball, into athletics in general. It's being around people who have similar interests and similar goals. And so I'm still in it, still enjoy playing basketball, and I hope as long as my health is good to do that for a long time.
Health became a major issue when he was diagnosed with testicular cancer, which meant radiation treatment, chemotherapy, and surgery. He admits one of the things that kept him going throughout the struggle was the possibility of once again being able to step out onto the basketball court.
I set goals for myself. The first goal was to start to walk a little quicker, then to run a little bit. And as I was giving talks to different school groups, I'd demonstrate how I couldn't even reach the basketball rim with a basketball. I said, someday I'm going to shoot from 15 or 20 feet out again. So I worked at it. And I think by doing that, part of it you set an example for other people, but part of it you just start to feel good about yourself doing something that you really enjoy doing, and you're able to do it again. Basketball has been just terrific for me. It's been a passion of mine. and has provided many good moments. And as the athletes go out and participate, and those people who help with the organizing, hang on to those wonderful moments, because it's those moments that really help you through a lot of other trials and parts of life as you leave the gyms and the friendly confines of high school.
For Shaw TV's Heart of the Community, I'm Simon Hyatt.
Wayne Dick, obviously a special guest in every sense of the word, a great choice for you and the committee here at Bedford Road, Corey. Just an amazing gentleman in all that he's accomplished in life and in basketball.
Yeah, just talking to him over the weekend, we shared some memories, and he tells so many good stories. And I know I sure look up to him, and he's been an influence on me in my playing and coaching career. And it's just been great to have him here so much this weekend.
Just one of the many great elements taking place here at Bedford Road is the presence of Mr. Dick. So many other things have been going on this weekend. You don't really get time to touch on them on the course of things. One thing we want to make sure that we mention is the cheerleading competition. Many of you, I'm sure, saw it live here on Shaw TV earlier in the day with myself and Nicole Bidwell. We have the results of the cheerleading competition, and congratulations to everyone who took part. Corey and I were actually talking about it, and some of the performances were unbelievable, especially from a young elementary school team that just knocked everyone's socks off from Caswell right here in Saskatoon. But we have the results. Third place went to last year's champion, the Orkton Terriers. Second place, BJM, a Saskatoon team, and a school that didn't have a cheerleading team for several years, back into this tournament, coming up in second place. That's a great accomplishment for them. And of course, first place team, great performance from the home school, Bedford Road cheerleaders. What do you think, Corey? They were great.
They were, and all the teams were so entertaining, and they were so excited about it. The Bedford team really did, I thought, look really sharp, not to be biased, but they just had a lot of things happening. They had a lot of girls. They had a lot of excitement in the routine, and I know how much they practice around here and spend time perfecting the whole thing. So it was really, I was happy for them today.
So another great cheerleading competition, another great basketball tournament. Right now we've got a 30-17 score. North Vancouver with the 13-point lead over Edmonton's Ross Sheppard. You are watching Shaw TV's live coverage of the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Basketball Tournament on Shaw TV, sponsored by Saskatoon Credit Union. So just a few minutes to go here before we head back to second half action. Some great basketball, as we've mentioned, throughout the tournament. A lot of highly skilled players we've seen playing all the way through. And some guys who we might be seeing at the university level once their high school careers is done. And if maybe if the U of S Huskies are lucky, they might land a few of these guys. You never know. Curtis Anderson spoke with Greg Jockums, the head coach of the University of Saskatchewan Huskies, about the state of their program. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Curtis Anderson here, joined by Greg Jockums here at the U of S. Now, Greg, we're seeing some amazing basketball action tonight at a high school level. Lots of graduating players, I guess, pitch Husky athletics.
Well, obviously we have a great facility that we're standing in here, and we really believe that coming to the U of S is a great experience, not only as a basketball player but a student too, but certainly as an athlete on campus here. We have great facilities and the opportunity to play on a very good team, of which we have, and a team that will make some championship runs in the next couple of years. It's a good place to come.
All right, another name we got to talk about, Andrew Spaggard. Makes a household name for himself in Aiden Bowman a couple years ago. Graduates grade 12. Lots of offers for him from Canada and all over Canada and the States, I understand. He stays and comes to the U of S. That's got to be a great plug for you guys.
Yeah, well, Andrew's a very grounded person, and academics were as important as athletics to him. He wanted engineering as a program. He also felt it was important for him to stay home so that his family and friends could watch him play. And then he wanted to also play in a very good program where he had a chance to play a lot and really be on a good team that had a chance to make a championship run. So there's always a number of different variables involved in a decision making of a young fellow like that, but we fit the bill very well for him. And it's very important for us as a program here in Saskatoon and Husky Athletics to build around homegrown talent. So it was very big for Andrew to come play for us, and it's really helped our program, and it's something that we need to continue to do, meaning keep our best players home.
All right, thanks for talking to us today, Greg, and back to the BRIT action.
Curtis, thank you very much for that interview. You know, Coach Jockham's touched on it. We've seen some of those guys that have played for the Huskies or playing against the Huskies. We've seen right here in this room right here. Spaggard was the name that was mentioned. We all remember the show he put on here a couple of years back. A great player, great local talent, and lots of good people that we're going to see hopefully moving on to that Husky program.
He's been an incredible boost for the team, and they've got a lot of talent there right now. I'm excited for them.
All right, we're going to send it back to Curtis Anderson. He's with the coach of the Handsworth Secondary Royals out of North Vancouver. Take it away, Curtis.
All right, now I'm here with Randy Story, coach of Handsworth. Randy, you guys are up at the half. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, it's been a great game. Our kids are playing really well. I think that's the best half of basketball our kids have played so far. These guys are a real talented team, so we're not taking anything for granted. It's going to be a battle.
First time at BRIT in a long, long time. What can you tell me about the atmosphere of this tournament?
It's great. They look after you really well. I mean, every little thing is done for you. All I'm really thinking about is basketball, and our kids are having a great time, and I'm having a great time.
All right, thanks. You had a strong first half. Good luck with the second. All right, back to you guys.
Curtis, thank you very much. 30-17 is our halftime score. Coach Story's North Vancouver Royals with the 13-point lead over the Edmonton Ross Sheppard T-Birds. We're going to take one more break, and then it's back for second half action. You are watching the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament live on Shaw TV.
Sports bar. How great is this? You got great food, great drinks, all your buddies. How about it, guys? Girls. It's open till like really late. You're among friends at Boston Pizza.
Back for the second half of action. 30-17 is our score for North Vancouver over Edmonton. Corey, one of the things we talked about heading into this game was we thought that the backcourt for North Vancouver might be the story in this game. Instead, it's the big man down low, Robert Sacre. Talk about the job he's done and the job that Ross Sheppard has to do to try and contain him a little bit.
Well, credit to the backcourt and the coaching staff of the Royals, because they have made it their emphasis and game plan to go into him and see how they're going to defend him. By establishing the paint and lots of inside high percentage shots, it's put the T-Birds on their heels. At the same time, the T-Birds maybe need to pack it in on him a little more. He was getting some offensive rebounds, but you just got to be conscious of keeping him off the glass. And they need to be way more patient on offense and try to establish high post presence and work the ball in the paint a little bit more.
North Vancouver Handsworth Secondary Royals will start the second half with the ball. They have the 13-point lead against Ross Sheppard. Ball worked around. East over to Lee.
There's good help.
Inside a turnover. T-Birds push it up and a lay-in for Champagnat. Great job there. And that's the sort of thing that you're used to seeing from the T-Birds, that quick transition. They'll force the turnover and really push the ball up in a hurry.
And, you know, when Andrew Champagnat gets out in transition, it's easy baskets. And he's so fast.
Jamie Wallace throws the ball away, and that'll go out of bounds. Ball back to Ross Sheppard T-Birds.
They'll score in bunches. They'll go. They're a team of momentum, and you know, watch them make some runs where they'll have a couple of steals, hit a three, and in a blink of an eye, they're back in a game, or they'll take a lead.
Bingham with the ball up to Champagnat. Blake back to Champagnat. He looks to drive and put up the jumper. A big block by Sacre. Going the other way is Kepke. He looks for the lay-in. He doesn't get it to fall. North Vancouver tries to control the ball, instead knocks it out of bounds.
He took it to the basket strong. He was conscious of the defense there, and I think he was trying to draw a little bit of a foul, but needed to concentrate a little bit more on the finish there.
Kepke has shown he's not afraid to take the ball to the hoop. And usually he'll make those ones drop. Ball worked around. Bingham will put up the long-distance shot. That doesn't go. Rebound by Sacre. Kepke will bring it up in direct traffic. Sacre over to Lee. East with the ball, back to Lee. Back it up to Kepke. Can't get the shot. He'll look to drive, puts it up, and again can't get that one to fall. Ball will go over to Ross Sheppard. They trail by 11 as third quarter action is just underway. Simon Hyatt and Corey Daw, very happy to be bringing you live Bedford Road Invitational Tournament coverage along with Curtis Anderson, who's roaming the sidelines for us.
The roving reporter. They should be thrown in through that high post a little bit more. Use that man as a reversal man, and then they can look high-low because it'll pull big man, number 21, up a little higher, create some scoring opportunities low.
Champagny over to Blake. Blake puts up the shot, doesn't come close, but in there for the lay-in is Jerome Bingham.
When things aren't happening for Ross Sheppard, they're just content to jack up a 3 right now. And I'm not sure coach is probably real happy with that. Trying to go back inside here. Good patience.
Good job by Sacre. Using his size well and waiting for that opening.
This could be a team we see back at BRIT for the next couple of years. When you got a 7-footer with that much talent, they're going to be someone who I think we want to keep an eye on him for a little more.
He may have gotten a piece of that shot by Tron. North Van brings it back. This is Lee with the ball. He kicks it to Keast.
The speed of these guards is so impressive because like the Ross Sheppard guards, I think, and have seen them be so fast, and yet the Handsworth guards just have one more speed right now in this game.
Kepke with another basket there. Ross Sheppard tries to answer. That one will fall for 3 points for Terrence Blake. Didn't look pretty, but he got it to drop.
He's been hit this weekend. He's been pretty hot from outside, and so he's trying to get himself going. He's missed a few. Nice high-low.
Inside to Sacre.
Number 21, Robert Sacre for 2.
He is so fundamentally sound. With that kind of composure at his age is so impressive. It's no wonder teams are hot after him. They get phone calls just about every day, their coach said, from colleges and interested scouts.
Tron tries to force the shot in, can't get it to go. Then Buckner throws it up, can't get it to go. Another one for Tron, and 3 shots that I don't think any of them actually hit the rim from underneath. Sacre has trouble maintaining control. He gets it and puts up a long distance shot and is fouled by Tron as he puts up the shot.
Not a good foul. You know, you want him taking a 15 or 17-foot shot. Like if he hits it, great, but
you're willing to give him those ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sacre will be sent to the line here shooting 2 as Tron picks up his 2nd foul of the game. No good on the first one. The shot is long. North Van hangs on to a 12-point lead. 4:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gets the 2nd one to bang home.
Number 21, Robert Sacre win 1 for 2.
T-Birds again showing composure, not really in a huge rush to push it up the floor. They work it around. Champagny dishes. Back up top to Champagny.
The ball still isn't going in the paint, even to pass in there. Maybe they can't shoot against the big man, but the ball needs to go in there to pull the defense down and make those post players become passers because they're not going to go one-on-one against him real easily, but they become, the ball going inside will create opportunities for the guards.
Important to move that ball around as we have a whistle. A foul called against Ross Sheppard.
Both those big guys are battling pretty hard right now for position, and that's a tough call. They're both leaning on each other, and when you got big bodies like that, sometimes you just maybe have to settle them down early in a half.
And Tron picking up the foul. That's his 3rd of the game. Might see him come out soon. Very important in this game. He does in fact come out. Dane Hodge checks back into the game for Ross Sheppard. Hodge matched up against Sacre. North Van working it around. This is Lee with the ball.
Man-to-man defense right now from the T-Birds. They're just trying to play containment defense. They're helping inside.
Keast looks to drive, throws up the prayer, instead gets called for the offensive foul. Ball will go back to Edmondson.
That's Buckner's second charge of the game that he's taken. That's good defense from him. He's trying to establish good position. He's not swinging it, trying to block shots. That's really smart defense. Very good.
37-24 is our score. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Long distance shot from Champagny, and he nails it.
He's been very quiet this half. He needs to get going here a little bit. And they're just still not creating any tempo. There's no speed for them. And to the Royals' credit, they've taken that away from them. They're getting back quick. A little more energy on defense right now. Maybe they sense a run they can make.
North Van works it around. Sacre back out to Kepke. Back into Sacre. He'll look to put it up.
Good move.
Puts up the baby jumper. That one won't go. Crashing around for the rebound. The whistle blows. Ball will stay with Handsworth out of North Vancouver. Needs to get it in a hurry. Finds Lee a long ways away. He hands it off to Kepke. Over to Keast.
The crowd, some of the Bedford crowd definitely is into this game.
As we have a steal there for Ross Sheppard. They get the lay-in in the foul. Andrew Champagny with the lay-in. They'll head to the line. And that might be the kind of spark they need to try and get back into this game. Champagny hit a long three just a minute or so ago and hits that nice lay-in and draws the foul to cut the lead to 8 points for North Vancouver. He can cut it to 7 if he hits this one, and he does.
In the open court, he's pretty tough to stop. He's under control when he takes the basket. He can score in a lot of different ways. He's kind of maybe starting to feel it here.
Kepke with the ball. He dishes up top to Lee, who will shoot that one from three-point range, and he nails it. There's an answer.
Number 15, Scott Lee.
He goes back up to 10 for North Vancouver.
Because Kepke can penetrate so well, he draws the attention, and that's where these other couple shooters find themselves open.
Hodge back up top. Champagny looks for that shot again. Can't get it to go. North Van comes away with the ball. That's Sacre with the rebound. Long distance pass up to Keast. He looks for the lay-in. Some contact there. No whistle at all, but he does get the basket to fall. Ross Sheppard works it around. Pick it out. Bingham. Bingham back to Champagny. He looks to drive. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound for Wallace. Kepke loses his handle on the ball. North Vancouver maintains possession, however. A 12-point lead as we hit the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter for North Vancouver. Scott Lee with the ball over to Keast. Ball back to Ross Sheppard after that miss.
We're under a minute here. Let's see if Ross Sheppard can get a 2-for-1 possession, perhaps.
Champagny with the ball inside to Buckner. Buckner looks to drive. Can't get it to go, but does draw the foul. And the thing you realize on that play is how little we're saying Jamal Buckner's name on the offensive side of things for him.
Absolutely. They've defended him pretty well, but I just don't think they're looking for him up there in the high post. When he gets it there, he's been taking it strong. He's doing a lot on the defensive end for them, but I don't know, they're just not using him right now.
And this is really a star offensive player, is Jamal Buckner, a guy who can really make or break a game. You'd think they would try to find him a little bit more. He misses the first of 2 free throws. Trying to cut the lead to 11 here. Can't do it, misses both of his free throws. North Van comes away with the ball. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I like that he's taking it aggressively. He's not intimidated by Robert Sacre, and he's one of the only guys out here that maybe can challenge him one-on-one kind of situation.
Kepke with the ball. Inside to Sacre, back out to Lee, up top for Kepke. Fakes the shot, doesn't take it. 10 to go on the shot clock, on the game clock, pardon me. That one won't go. Rebound, 5 seconds to go. Champagny with the ball. He'll look for the lay-in. He can't get that to fall. Time for one last shot. They don't get it off. But that's probably just as well as Kepke would have had to throw it up from about 3/4 court.
That was a good crossover move. Looked like you might have got fouled a bit there, but when the clock's winding down, the refs are trying to watch their best.
So right now taking a look at a bit of cheerleader routine here at center court. One of the great features, we mentioned the cheerleading competition, which is of course an important part of BRIT, but also local teams will also sort of adopt a team from out of town and cheer for an out of town basketball team, and for the weekend at least will become that team's cheerleading school, which is very nice to see here at BRIT.
I think the teams definitely feel like then they've got someone in their corner, and like with Handsworth, they're one of the teams that has been billeted, so they've got a chance to be involved with the students of our community, in our school and in our community, so pretty neat experience for them.
Let's take a listen now to some strategy over on the Ross Sheppard side of things.
Come up high. Got it? See that? Because don't stay over here and suck down. Come up high and help up high. Hey, if we score, let's do 11. Okay? Let's get after it. Come on.
So listening into some strategy from head coach Dave Youngs of the Ross Sheppard T-Birds. His team trails by 12 here heading into the fourth quarter. But I guess if there's one team you'd want to have to coach with a 12-point deficit, you might pick the Ross Sheppard T-Birds. This is a team we've mentioned that can score a lot of points in a hurry, Corey. It is Ross Sheppard's ball. They'll inbound.
This is the lowest scoring game they've had this weekend, actually. So defense has been very tough on them. And the tempo hasn't really been in their favor. It's been a slow, methodical kind of game here for the most part. And they like to run and gun, and that has limited their scoring opportunities.
Buckner puts up that shot. It won't go. They do start to look for him down low. It might be their strategy heading here in the fourth quarter. Buckner will head to the line. Late in the third quarter, he went to the line and missed both of his 3 free throws. His T-Birds trail by 12 points. And again, Buckner can't find the free throw range.
The shot's looking a little flat right now.
That's tough when you're trying to get back into a game and you're given free throws and you can't hit them. That's not helping your cause.
Those are the kind of points where you got to put some on the board when the clock's not moving and try to chip away at a lead. And they need to concentrate on knocking a few more of them down.
7.5 minutes to go in this game. A 12-point lead for North Vancouver as they look to add some more. The basket waved off as that's an offensive foul on Quinn Keast. What'd you think of that call, Coach?
Well, the defense might have had some position, but I didn't really think it was, I don't know, a guy makes a tough shot like that, just let it go. I don't really think there was advantage. He made a good hard move, but maybe he saw something different than everyone else in the gym saw.
Ross Sheppard with the ball, trailing by 12, 7.5 minutes to go in this championship final.
Actually, it's been a pretty well officiated game. Pretty even, lots of flow. You haven't really noticed the refs, and that's a good thing.
That's what they want, yeah. This is Champagny with the ball. North Van showing a little bit of pressure on him. Work down low to Buckner. Back up top. Bingham looks to put up the running jumper. That one won't go. Buckner with a good job of getting the rebound. He gets the basket, and he'll go back to the line.
See, part of by penetrating a bit, you're going to draw the big guy to you. It's going to give chances for dishes off, or because he's a shot blocker naturally, on missed shots, he may be out of position like that. There we see an offensive rebound opportunity, and they just need to be way more aggressive. The ball just doesn't seem to be getting inside the three-point line enough. Maybe they're going to do that in this last stretch here.
Buckner, 5 straight missed free throws.
Boy, if he hits those, it's a
5-point game.
Yeah.
As it is, it's a 10-point game. North Van with the ball. Sam Chu back into the game for North Van. He had the inbounds. This is Kepke as the T-Birds show some pressure. Kepke dribbles through it without much trouble. There's a little shot put up by Sam Chu for 2.
Looked like they're putting a little more pressure on Kepke, just maybe make him give it up earlier, or maybe not even get it in the backcourt.
Sheppard moves the ball around inside to Buckner. He gets the lay-in. That's exactly what you've been calling for, Coach.
by even the big man looking for each other, high-low or on the baseline up high. Seeing a little more energy now on defense and putting on a little more pressure. They need to get a stop on this possession here.
Chu to Kepke. If he gets an open look, he'll put up the shot. Tries to get it over to Lee. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds. Back to Ross Sheppard. They trail by 10, 6:11 to go here in the game.
Yeah, maybe they need to work it down to the baseline, look at diagonals, look high-low. Pinch it in to maybe give those guards some more outside shots.
Nice shot from down low. Terrence Blake, a nice touch.
Look at him split that defense.
Kepke is absolutely fearless dribbling through that press. Long distance shot from Scott Lee. That one won't go, but a rebound for Sam Chu. North Van maintains possession. Back to Kepke. 5.5 to go in the game. An 8-point North Vancouver lead.
They got to go back inside now a little bit. They've gone away from that.
Kepke puts up the long distance shot. That one won't go. Ross Sheppard with the rebound. Up to Champagny. He'll take that in against Lee and gets it to drop. A very nice shot by Champagny.
The scoring bursts. There's a couple of little run there by putting some pressure in the backcourt. Chews up clock for Handsworth. Little double team. Good hustle.
Lots of pressure here from Ross Sheppard. A 6-point game. Under 5 minutes to go.
Now they're only working with 15 or 18 seconds on the shot clock. High-low, perfect. No foul, obviously.
No foul on that one. Sacre gets the lay-in nonetheless.
I guess you can land right on the big guy's back with no good call, but Mike Harrington maybe had a better look down the baseline.
Oh, I like to give my old gym teacher the heat, Coach Harrington.
I think everybody does.
Yeah. Buckner with the ball inside. He loses it. Sam Chu comes away with it. An 8-point lead for North Vancouver. Sheppard backs off the press a little bit. Wallace with the ball. Turn it back over to Ross Sheppard. Some substitutions coming into the game. There'll be Tron back into the game for the T-Birds. Quinn Keaston taking out Chu for North Vancouver.
Trying to keep some freshness. We're 4 minutes to go here, and Ross Sheppard is in striking distance. Big time.
Champagny with another long distance shot. That one won't go. Sacre comes away with the rebound. He gets it to Kepke, who'll dribble up the sideline in front of us, and he'll look to take it straight in and puts up a nice left-handed shot.
He has that little step hesitation dribble. Just it's a split second that freezes defense, and he uses his eyes to look off. He's impressive.
Champagny with the ball. Over to Bingham. Bingham puts up the long distance shot. That one won't go. Good job of rebounding by Buckner. Puts it up while still in the air. Can't get the shot to fall, and that actually goes as an offensive foul.
Looks like a bit of a bump in the back there, maybe, on the rebound. There's a lot of contact underneath the basket, so the refs are probably really trying to watch that, especially down the stretch here, and make sure they're keeping an eye on who has advantage, who has position.
So Handsworth Secondary Royals out of North Vancouver will take a timeout. Buckner has picked up his 4th foul of the game. As we see Mr. Tom Sargent lingering on the sidelines, a familiar sight here at Bedford Road, although he's no longer a teacher here, very much a fixture here at the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament.
It's great to see so many alumni, former teachers, all kinds come back and just want to soak up the experience. Hey. It's great.
Hey, we got to reverse the ball. Terrence is open over here. You got to catch it and swing it right away, or fake the pass, go down the middle, then kick it out to him. Okay?
So the coach is going over the strategy here. 3.5 to go. North Vancouver with a 10-point lead over Edmonton. 48-38 is our score. Ross Sheppard T-Birds need to do something in a hurry to get themselves back into this one.
I think in terms of Handsworth, their game plan has been going right up the par here. I think they knew what the kind of tempo they wanted to establish. They've looked to run where they have it, but if not, they've used their inside game. They've established the paint. They've really concentrated on Champagne. His only scores have really come in transition. In their half court, he hasn't been getting a lot of open looks.
Jamal Bucknor still in the game for Ross Sheppard despite just picking up his 4th foul. It looks like Coach Youngs will let him stay in as long as he possibly can. He puts pressure on and forces the turnover. This is Champagne. He'll push it up. He dishes, the shot put up. Great job of rebounding by Champagne. Puts the shot up in the air, gets it to fall, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Talking transition, he's got quick hands. They've had a little bit of a double team there. He's very unselfish. He gave it up.
Take another look here at Champagne as he gets the shot off, or pardon me, doesn't get the shot, picks up the rebound in air, puts it up, and is fouled. Champagne connects on his free throw, and it's a 7-point lead for North Vancouver.
Despite not having a lot of momentum offensively, they're still in this game. They're hanging around. They score in bunches. A little more quick step in here by them. Maybe they got a little energized by that last possession.
Under 3 minutes to go, 7-point North Vancouver lead. Kepke with the ball. Three seconds on the shot clock. Kepke drives, can't get it to fall. Rebound by North Vancouver. That won't go again. Ross Sheppard comes away with the ball. This is Champagne. He'll look to take it in, and he gets another one. Andrew Champagne is trying to put the Ross Sheppard keepers on his shoulders and carry them to a championship all by himself. And you know what? He just may do it. He has cut the lead to 5 points with 2.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Great finish with his left hand, composed in his steps. Nails the free throw.
Down to a 4-point lead. This is just about as close as Ross Sheppard has been since very early on in this game. 48-44, we're under 2.5 minutes to go in this championship final. Andrew Champagne has been absolutely on fire. Double team on Lee. Lee kicks it to Kepke. Kepke will take it underneath, and he gets jammed by the rim. He gets another chance and gets it to fall.
Makes good on the second one. He tried to use the rim as protection to go around underneath to avoid the big guys coming at him. Great move on the baseline. He is quick.
Kepke only 5'11", but tell you, sometimes he plays like a guy who's 6'5". Here, instead of slowing it down, he dishes it to Lee for another basket. Back up to an 8-point lead for North Vancouver. Under 2 minutes to go.
There is some fabulous guard play. They are unselfish. They move the ball with purpose.
Buckner can't get the long-distance shot to fall. Now Kepke will slow things down a little bit. Back up to an 8-point lead for North Vancouver. They'll work the ball around. Surprised not seeing a bit more of a press from Ross Sheppard?
And maybe not coming back with a double team here. I don't know. That was got them a few steals. Maybe they're just settling in this last 2 minutes, but
Sacre with the ball, back up to Kepke, an open look at the basket, can't get that one to fall. Buckner with the rebound, 1:19 to go in the game. Up to Champagne, they'd like to get a quick score.
They need to be patient, try to get in, maybe try to draw a foul right now. They're in the bonus.
Great rebound by Jamal Buckner. Absolutely extended up to get that one, and he's still down on the ground. He might be a little shaken up. He looks okay, he'll get up. Great job of rebounding there by Buckner. Gonna take another look at this job. See the shot missing there by Blake, and Buckner, I don't know how he hung on to that ball. That was amazing.
That's great. He just, his timing, he reached it down. Sacre goes out to block a shot, which again leaves those misses open for the other postman, and he needs to hit his free throws.
Buckner struggled mightily from the free throw line. 0 for his last 5. His team trails by 8, and they need him to hit these. Nails the first one to cut it to a 7-point lead. 1:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Buckner's second free throw. And he gets the draw.
He needed that one. No pressure right now.
6-point lead. Ross Sheppard showing the pressure. East with the ball. They'll work it around. Lee pass and a wide open sack.
Great press break.
a steal there almost, but Kepke nailed with the foul call. Surprised he knocked the ball away from Champagnat.
Now, the thing that's too bad about that foul, we're going to take a replay here, eh?
Take a big look at the big dunk from...
Great touch pass.
Sacre gets the ball all alone, and you know what's coming when the 6'11" man is left alone like that underneath. Back to the live action. Champagnat will go to the line.
Oh,
he misses the first two, and free throws are killing Ross Sheppard right now.
That will be the story of the game from Coach Youngs, is the free throw shooting.
Champagnat, a guy you expect to hit these ones. He does nail the second one. It's down to a 5-point lead. Certainly not out of hand right now, but Ross Sheppard needs to make a stop here and get the ball back. Kepke with the ball. He'll bring it all the way up. Does a good job of breaking that press once again. He kicks it over to Keast. Keast to Lee, looking to take some time off. Wallace with the ball now. He looks to kick it back out to Keast.
No.
The whistle blows.
Okay, that's... okay, see, now Edmonton's not really close to bonus, so they recognize they need to start fouling. But they waited a long time that possession. Like, it was under 10. They might as well maybe have let them have a late shot on the shot clock. I don't know.
Try and start fouling on the next
maybe
possession, maybe. 54-47 is our score. 36.2 seconds on the clock. A bit of discussion here with the referees. They get it sorted out. North Van leading Edmonton by 7. Time winding down here in this championship final.
Both coaches have been stingy with timeouts in this fourth quarter. No one wants to maybe break momentum, but they're going to have to start to foul here to maybe get them to bonus.
North Van with a fresh 30-second clock. Kepke with the ball over to Lee. No foul given yet. Keast with the ball. Kepke will put up the shot, and that goes, and it's a 9-point lead. Under 30 seconds to go. T-Birds will wait as long as possible to pick up the ball so the clock doesn't start. T-Birds need to put some points on the board in a hurry. Instead, they turn it over. North Vancouver picks up the ball, and a good decision there by Keast to slow things down. And a quick foul given by Buckner on Kepke. 14 seconds to go, Coach. What can Ross Sheppard do? Is there anything they can do at this point?
Well, unless they get a couple quick threes here, I suppose. Yeah, but it's still not bonus yet because it was 5 or 6 to 1 at the end of the quarter here. A very unbalanced foul count. Now they're having to chew up time trying to make up for that late in the game, and it's taking off time. They're in a little bit of trouble here without a three-pointer or two in these last 15 seconds.
So the Ross Sheppard T-Birds, a real fixture here at the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament. They won it back in 2000, repeated in 2001. And by many accounts were favorites coming into this game, but you have to be very impressed with the effort by North Vancouver tonight. They played absolutely outstanding basketball.
Their defense has been great.
Let's not lose sight of that goal. Okay, let's go.
Here Coach Young's exhorting his team to not give up. A 9-point deficit as a lot of the crowd starts to file out.
Hey, you never know at BRIT. Crazy things happen. I don't know if I'd leave just quite yet.
Yeah. So the timeout comes to an end. 14 seconds showing on the clock. 56-47 is our score. North Vancouver with the lead and the ball. Keast will inbound it. Looks for Kepke instead to Sacre. Back to Keast. He dribbles around. Ball knocked away by the T-Birds. North Van gets it back. Lee with the ball into the hands of Kepke. 2 seconds to go. The North Vancouver Handsworth secondary Royals have won the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Tournament.
The Handsworth secondary Royals. This year's runners-up for Ross Sheppard and Edmonton the Thunderbirds. Let's hear it for both these teams for a fantastic tournament.
A great scene at half court. The Handsworth Secondary Royals out of North Vancouver, British Columbia have come into the Bedford Road Invitational Tournament and won it all. An absolutely outstanding tournament. One of the things we had to think about coming into this game, Coach, was would they have enough left in the tank after a bit of a tough game this afternoon, the late afternoon game. They actually played a very tough game and came into this game and really took it to the Ross Sheppard T-Birds and winning this championship.
Except for a late run by Ross Sheppard, they really controlled the game. The game plan they executed going inside. The guard play by Handsworth was just excellent. They won most of the perimeter matchups in the game, other than maybe Sheppard, and they just played great team basketball, unselfish, very disciplined, an impressive team. That North Vancouver and Vancouver League is so strong, and they were so impressive.
And obviously a very happy bench there for the North Vancouver Royals. A very impressive job all the way through the tournament for North Van. A 66-46 win in the opening round against Sisler out of Winnipeg. Then that tough game this afternoon we mentioned against Regina Campbell. Campbell, of course, was the team that knocked off Holy Cross, and they had a great game this afternoon. Went back and forth in a very entertaining match. Came into this game against Ross Sheppard and really led wire to wire. A very impressive effort, you'd have to say, all around.
They jumped out early. They controlled the paint. Their zone defense was really good. It limited the kind of shots that Ross Sheppard was getting. I don't think they shot free throws. They didn't shoot free throws very well. They didn't go inside as much early as they maybe could have. The big man does cause problems, don't get me wrong, but I think when they used the high-low a little more, they got some good shots in the second half.
Curtis Anderson is down on floor level with the winning coach, Randy Story. Curtis, take it away.
All right, we're back with Randy Story. Randy, huge victory tonight. People saying you're the underdogs coming in. What are your thoughts on your victory?
Well, I think we were the underdog. We haven't quite clicked this year, but hey, we played great. Our better players played great. I think our better players outplayed their players, and our defensive kind of game plan came through, I thought. A great victory for our kids. It was great.
You're definitely clicking tonight. Tell me about Ross Sheppard. What can you say about that team?
Great athletes, tough team, good size. We were really scared about these guys, and they won so big this morning that but I guess we found a way to get it done. I'm not sure really how. I think we just put good players out there and they played well.
As we talked about before, this is your first trip to BRIT in a long time. You guys can be back next year?
Well, I guess we're coming back next year as defending champions. They always invite them back, so we can start building our schedule around that.
Perfect. All right, I guess we're going to try to find an MVP, and we'll talk to them right after this. Going back to you guys.
Curtis, thank you very much. A great job by Coach Randy Story and the Handsworth Secondary Royals. This tournament started with 12 teams. In the end, they are the champions. Handsworth Secondary Royals out of North Vancouver, British Columbia. Absolutely great job all the way through the tournament. They are the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Tournament champions. You are watching a live coverage of BRIT 2005 on Shaw TV, brought to you tonight by Saskatoon Credit Union. We'll be right back after this. So Bedford Road officials have started to hand out the hardware here as we see some of the All-Stars being named. No surprise. Robert Sacre, one of the All-Stars, an absolutely great game tonight, helping to lead his North Vancouver team to a championship here in the 2005 Bedford Road Invitational Tournament. Simon Hyatt and Corey Daw back live at Bedford Road Collegiate. Corey, another great tournament. What can I say? Again, all credit to you and the rest of the committee here at Bedford Road. Another fantastic job of putting on some of the best basketball anywhere in Canada.
We did a great job of finding teams and fielded such a good lineup this year. The competition was high. The students have been excited for months. The preparations, you know, all good things come from good preparation, and I think this tournament we try to do all the little things, and there's so many different people involved that take pride in what they do and love volunteering and love helping any way they can. And I think we provide a great environment and atmosphere for young people and for everyone in the community that's involved.
It's really a great all-around volunteer effort for the students and the staff here at Bedford Road Collegiate. So many people working so many long hours. You think of Dennis Cornuta, the tournament organizer and chairman. Just an amazing effort to make this come together. There's so many different diverse elements to this whole weekend. We mentioned the cheerleading competition. There's the pep rally, slam dunk competition, all sorts of things going on all weekend. And really, this year it just ran like clockwork. Want to send a big thank you to all of the people who have made our job so much easier throughout the weekend, right down to